Hi, everybody. How's it going? My name's Obi. Welcome to another video. I shaved. Finally. After a long time of not shaving. So I feel really naked. Anyways, so Owl House, right? Of course, we're talking about Owl House again. But Owl House Season 3 is supposedly going to be on its way soon. And even though I'm all here for it, and I have some predictions and things that I want to see from the show going forward. Obviously, there's going to be spoilers in here in the video, so watch out for those. This is your spoiler warning. This is your spoiler warning. So if you don't want spoilers, leave. Okay, so as much as I really want to speculate that we'd have the gang having a really fun time in the human world and having like shenanigans, fun stuff like that, very similar to Amphibia. Season 3 has already been confirmed to have only 3 44-minute shorts. So, shorts, not shorts, specials. So unfortunately, that probably isn't going to happen. So if that's probably not going to happen, what do I think that we're going to see in Season 3? So I think that one of the main things, obviously, is that we're going to see the reign of the Collector. There's going to be a huge power shift from Emperor Belos to now the Collector. I think that the Collector could be either an evil, like a weird tyrant thing going on, or I think it's going to actually be a kid who just takes his games a little too far, making him very intimidating and threatening presence. I'm really betting on it being that, him just wanting to constantly play games, and if people don't go to play his games the way he wants them to be played, things are going to go awry. I am thinking, though, this is a total speculation. I have no grounds for this one. That the Collector is going to be the main reason Luz gets to reunite with King and Ida. I think the main objective for the Collector would be to link the connections between the two realms, because that would create a lot of chaos. Since the Collector himself is a chaotic person who really is just a child who likes to play a lot of games. It wouldn't surprise me if that happens, but it also wouldn't surprise me if it didn't happen. Obviously, the Collector will tie into King's entire storyline. I'm assuming that they're probably not going to separate that much while they're both on screen. I think King is going to be constantly battling the Collector, but not in a sense of shonen anime battling, but in the sense of, it's a battle of wits. King has to keep the Collector busy to make sure that he doesn't hurt anyone, and the Collector is really going to be testing him, because King doesn't want his friends to be hurt. He's never wanted people to actually be hurt, and despite King saying that he wants people to bow before him and people to worship him and people to this or that, he really doesn't want that. You can see that in Season 2B, where Evelyn is constantly, bowing to him, worshiping him, treating him like a god, essentially, and King doesn't like that. We see King not like that, so I think King is going to be tested a lot this season with the Collector. I think King is going to be doing everything he can to keep people safe and keep the Collector busy, while also trying to figure out how he can stop the Collector. I don't think until the finale King will try to take down the Collector. I think he's going to do a mixture of using his powers that he's very inexperienced at, and using his wits, using a spell, using a whatever object that contained the collector before, because I think that the collector can only be contained. I don't think he can really die. He seems pretty godlike. As a long shot, I think that the mirror thing, that whatever contained the collector, is going to be used as a key part of the plan to stop the collector. But it'll break or won't work, or something will happen to it that involves, results into the character, or a character, sacrificing themselves. And I'm sad to see someone go like that. I don't want that to happen, but that's what I think is going to happen. But I don't know who it'd be. I don't want to predict who it'd be. I want everyone to be okay. But if we're speaking logically, it would make sense if it was King. And I don't want it to be King, but it could be King. Maybe it's King, maybe it's not King. Maybe, I think, though, as another a different plot aside from King and the Collector, is going to be Luz and the gang. But I think they're going to be miserable. So I think there's only be a couple of lighthearted and fun adventures going on with the gang. But where we left off, it seems that they're going to be miserable. They don't know, the no guarantee that everyone that they know is safe. They, for all they know, they could all be dead, or they could be hurt, or they could be in trouble, or A, B, C, or D. There's like so many things that could happen. There's so many factors that probably are stressing them all out. But I do think that although I don't think it's going to be super optimistic, I do think that some of the characters are going to try to do their best to keep themselves going, you know? Like, obviously, I feel Amity is going to be one of those bigger roles of trying to keep people optimistic, especially Luz, because Luz seems like so defeated, because essentially her second family is in trouble. And, you know, although Amity's worried about her family, Luz is going to feel directly involved in not being able to stop the Collector. I do think that the sludge from Belos will be super important to the series, to the third season, mainly because I think it's going to be a more subtle, manipulative antagonist, especially to Hunter. Whether he's going to mind control Hunter or he's going to just manipulate Hunter into doing exactly what, you know, Belos wants, I'm not really sure. I think it's going to be like a little whispering voice telling him what to do, like trying to be his conscience and very much manipulate and like essentially torture Hunter. And I think all this is going to happen while Ida and a possible crew, I'm not even sure if anybody in the cats are alive. I think they're going to try and figure out a way to stop the Collector. I think there's going to be two plots to stop the Collector. King is probably going to be the main part of stopping the Collector, while Ida has to figure out, you know, where's Luz, what happened with King and the Collector, and how she could stop or help to stop the Collector. I'm not exactly certain if Ida and King are even going to be reunited in the first place, because that would help bring the plot. Because if King, all this depends. If King and Ida do reunite, then there is a possibility that King will tell her about where Luz is, and Ida is going to either want to keep Luz there, or she's going to want to make a portal there. I think the main plot of season 3 is going to be the Collector trying to go to the human realm, or to make a bridge between the two realms to play a new game. And that's going to be Ida's main goal of wanting to stop the Collector. and that's going to be why she wants to stop the Collector. Because although he's not trying to ban magic or do any of that, he's trying to put Luz specifically in harm's way, which is going to be a big driving force, and why Ida will want to stop the Collector. But those are just some of my predictions on what I think will happen in Owl House Season 3. What do you guys think? I could be totally proven wrong, and honestly, I wouldn't mind at all. I trust the writers with my life. If they feel that there is a totally better way to handle Season 3, go ahead. That I feel like they'll make a fantastic. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a comment down below, join our Discord, and support us on Patreon. Thanks a lot, folks. See ya.